Hey everyone, hope you all are doing great. Welcome to episode 2 of Mastering Modals. In episode 1, we have discussed necessity, possibility, permission, and ability modals. In this episode, we'll explore suggestion or obligation modals, request modals, promise modals, and the wish modals. So quickly grab your pen and paper. Let's begin with suggestion or obligation modals. These modals convey recommendations, obligation or duties. When we ask for and give suggestion and advice, talk about duty and obligation, and say what is right or good, we can use both should and ought to. Often they can be used interchangeably. As you can see in the two sentences, you should not raise your voice and you ought not to raise your voice. However, did you notice that ought to carries with it a sense of moral obligation? Yes, therefore, if a sentence suggests some moral obligation, ought to should be preferred over should. Make a note of this. Like, in the last sentence, you ought to be polite with your parents. Yes, it is our moral obligation that we should be polite with our parents. Now, moving on to request modals. These modals are used when asking for something politely. Yes, requests are supposed to be made politely, right? Here are some examples. Can I have a glass of water, please? Could I see that pen, please? We use can and could to ask for things. Here, note that could is more polite than can. We often use equivalent of can as are you able to ask someone to do something for us. For example, can you give me a lift to the school? Or could you suggest me some books? On the other hand, we use will for are you willing to ask someone to do something. Not necessary for ourselves, it can be for ourselves or in general. For example, will you close that box please? Would you solve it bit slowly? Remember, in order to make polite requests, we may also use would you mind? For example, would you mind lending me the book? And at times, we can also use would like to make polite requests, like I would like to have a coffee please. Now let's explore promise modals. Will and shall are used to when making commitments or assurances. Will with the first person I and we and shall with third person subject carry the force of a promise. For example, I will be with you till the end of time. And these people may be guilty, but they shall be given a fair chance. However, with passing time, now it is common to use will with all subjects to indicate the future time. So, some other words may be added to strengthen the idea of a promise, like I assure you I will return back by Tuesday. And lastly, we'll delve into the wish modal may. This modal expresses desires, hopes, regrets, and even blessings. Like, may God bless you. It's very common, right? It's a wish sentence. May your day get filled with joy and cherished memories. Again, a good wish for you. Now, remember, never ever forget to put a mark of exclamation at the end of such sentences, because an exclamation mark conveys excitement, enthusiasm, or strong emotions in written communication. When you put an exclamation mark after a request sentence, it can make the request sound more enthusiastic or urgent. And that's all about the usage of modals correctly. Now that you know the importance, let's see how modals can influence lives of thousands of people. Let's reflect on this quote. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. It's a very famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi. This quote emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility in creating positive change. And it aligns with obligation models as it implies that taking action is a duty to make the world a better place. Such little words and such big impact, right? By now I am sure you understood the need to use the modals correctly. So let's go ahead and test our understanding of what we have learned so far. Quickly write down the answers. Number 1. I dash not reveal this secret to anybody. Don't worry. What do you think? Which modal will perfectly fit here? Number 2. Pass the tomato sauce. Oh, command politely. Number 3. You dash offend people with your outspoken approach. Oath to or oath not to? Answer wisely. And don't forget to answer the attached quiz in the community. Now, are you ready to explore how modals interact with different verb tenses? Yes. Okay, so let's first start learning how to use modals to refer to past actions or possibilities. We use may or might or could plus have plus past participle to suggest a past possibility. Note down the formulas. This is kind of formula, right? For example, I don't see Rita in the class. That's a question. Ma'am, she may or might have missed the bus. Next, he passed by me without even saying hello. He might have not seen you. See here, seen is the past participle of see. However, we use could or might but not may plus have plus past participle to say that something was possible in the past but did not happen, and normally we think it is good that it did not happen. For example, by mistake I parked my car in the low parking zone. That's wrong, right? Let's see the next following sentence. The police could have towed it away. Fortunately, they didn't. It's a perfect example of what could have been done and what did not happen for good, right? Okay, now I think that more than listening, visualizing affects a lot, right? So let's visualize modals in an easier way with a timeline. Take a note of this and do make a timeline with examples that you connect with. Like use names of your friends, use hobbies you like, or write something you can relate with and put it on your desk or just in front of you. A daily glance will really help you remember the usages better. Before we conclude, let's go over some do's and don'ts for using modals effectively. Do's. Use must for strong obligation. Okay? See, correct usage of must for strong obligation enhances communication by clearly indicating that a specific action is required, and this leaves no room for ambiguity, making instructions or requirements of explicit and easily understood. Right? Next, use can to express ability. Employing can to convey this ability enhances communication by stating that someone is capable of doing something. Okay? Next, use may to seek permission politely. This is very important. We often use can instead of may, which is wrong. See, utilizing may for seeking permission politely enhances communication by demonstrating courtesy and respect. Okay, it creates a polite tone which can lead to more positive interactions and increased cooperations. Now let's take a glance at the tones. The most important thing is avoid double modals like can should. Yes, people write like this. Avoiding double modals like can should is essential because they can confuse the meaning of a sentence. Clear communication requires straightforward and unambiguous language to prevent misunderstandings. Don't use modals in the base form after to. Avoiding modals in the base form after to is crucial because it disrupts sentence structure and violates the grammatical rules. So correct usage ensures that sentences are grammatically sound, leading to smoother communication. With this, it's the end of episode 2. However, you can take a quick glance of what we have learned. Do it very quickly. What are modal verbs? Can and can't, usage of should and shouldn't, must and mustn't, will and won't, and then how to use modal verbs. Okay? And also refer to the previous episode for your revision. We have covered a lot today, from various modal types to tenses and usage. I hope you found this video helpful and will start the correct application of modals in your spoken and written English. Thank you for joining me and stay tuned for the upcoming videos, and let me know if you need to understand any particular English grammar or literature topic. So it's me signing off now. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Take care. Bye-bye.